Right, we're backstage at BloodStock 2012 and I'm talking with Orianthi. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. So when did you arrive at BloodStock?
About 3 hours ago, I think. I think it was about 3 hours ago. Yeah, we drove in, and this is the first time I've come here, and I just love the whole vibe. It's really cool. It's just rock and roll. I just played acoustically over at the Jägermeister stage, and about 3 songs. And tonight I'm playing with Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
So. It's gonna be a real like Rocky Horror party. This is the last show of the tour, so.
Yeah. Well, we saw you with Alice Cooper on the Nightmare tour back in Bristol last year.
Yeah.
How did you get to perform with Alice? Were you approached by Alice himself, or how did that actually happen?
Yeah. Well, I'd played with Alice probably about 2 years ago on Idol. We did Schools Out. And Damon left the band, so Bob Ezra and I'd worked with Bob before on a song, and so they reached out and they said, hey, will you be interested in doing this? And I was like, of course, you know, he's a legend, you know. It's like, and he's such a wonderful person doing. The band are amazing. It's like, you know, I feel very blessed being part of this whole thing, and this is the last show for this tour of the last 3 months, and then we're going to go on tour again in October, coming back doing Halloween.
Yeah. Now, they said you performed acoustic earlier on this afternoon. Was that quite natural for yourself? Did you actually start off playing acoustic guitar before going into full electric?
I started strumming along to Roy Orbison records when I was very young, and Elvis, and so yeah, definitely. But it's kind of weird being out there playing acoustically when, you know, it's like, I mean, this is a rock festival and everything, but you know, it's still, that's how songs are written, and it's kind of, I don't know, people hear the bare bones of it, and it's cool, and they got into it, and people showed up. It's fun.
Excellent. Let's talk about your music. I own a copy of your album. What's the inspiration behind when you're writing songs for yourself? Is there anything sort of like clicking your mind, or do you take everyday sort of situations and then transfer them into like lyrics?
Sometimes, but you know, sometimes they're stories, sometimes they're other people, sometimes they're, you know, songs that, you know, it's something that happened to me and I want to write about it, every song is so different, the process of it, and that's what's so cool about it, and being able to, you know, just write as much as I can, you know. And when I'm out on the road though, like, you know, playing the show after show, your real focus is just staying, you know, getting sleep, you know, getting to the next place and everything, so you don't really have a lot of time to sort of write, but when I get home I usually have a lot of ideas and put them down, or I sing into my iPhone or something. So
she always tells you at least you've got a way of taking notes so you can constantly sort of evolve what you've written onto the next stage. Yeah,
actually writing lyrics on the plane, I find when I'm on the plane and it's a long ass trip, I'm sitting there with my iPad and I'm like writing, you know, stories and stuff, and yeah, so.
Excellent. So what age did you actually pick up your first guitar?
When I was 6.
6?
Yeah. Were
you naturally gifted, or did you just pick up and start strumming?
My dad's a guitar player. Excellent. So he played left-hand, well, he plays left-handed, so I learnt left-handed at first. Then he said, you can have more choice in guitars if you're right-handed, so he restrung the guitar and you know, I was strumming that, and then I got into classical studies and did that for a couple of years. I learned, you know, sight reading, all that kind of stuff, and that was boring as anything, but you know, I mean, I think it was good because I learned how to write song. I learned how to write music, learned how to you know, sight read, and it was. But after hearing Santana play when I was 11, I put that guitar away, and you know, I asked my dad for a PRS, and you know, and we got a second-hand one, and I didn't put it down. I just played it and wanted to be just like Carlos. So. Yeah. Do
you still have the PRS, or is it?
I do. It's from the old factory.
Yeah.
It's like super heavy. It's like brown color. It's like really high action. Maybe really worked for my notes. It has heavy strings on it, and I just would go into my room, close the door for like 4 or 5 hours. Didn't do schoolwork.
Yeah.
I'd just be writing excuse letters. I just wouldn't go. And then, you know, it was kind of just such it's a passion of mine. You know? I live every day to play music and write. So.
And your voice as well, because you've got quite a distinctive voice when you're singing. Again, did you have a natural singing voice, or did you have to take sort of vocal lessons?
I took vocal lessons, but I used to sing in a cover band.
Yeah.
Because I quit school when I was 15, and I played 3 nights a week in a cover band until I was about 21. Right. So just played every night, sang to different crowds, and I wasn't comfortable singing. Actually, the first rehearsal I had with my cover band, I would sing in other rooms. I was so shy about singing in front of people. So, I used to sing along to Elvis. Aloha in Hawaii, and it was really weird. And Roy Orbison, but I don't know. I think a lot of country. I'm a big country fan too.
Yeah.
Faith Hill, Leanne Rimes. Yeah.
I think you can actually feel. Now you mentioned about being a country fan, so you can actually feel that in some of your songs as well. Mm-hmm. It's almost like a country vibe coming through. That's why I said it is quite a distinctive sort of sound which you produced on the album. On a particular, sometimes you can put people in certain genres, but it's quite difficult with yourself because you've got a unique sound. Obviously, with the guitar in and the heavy sort of riffs, it is completely different. Well, you've obviously been on the road with Alice Cooper. Mm-hmm. One question I do like to ask people is, if you could pick a location, a tour, a location or a venue, mm-hmm. And you'd be the main headline act, who would you like to have opening up for you?
Who would be an opening act for me?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. An opening act. I'm not too sure because a lot of the bands that I'm a fan of, I don't think should open for me. You know what I mean? Because you that's kind of it would be really egotistical of me to be like, oh yes, well I think this band's good, they should open for me. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know. On the same bill as I would, I mean, there's so many bands that I'm like fan of on my iPod. I listen to. One guitar player I think is really great, and I did a show with him in 2007 at Crossroads. Tyler Bryant, I don't know if you've heard of him. Yeah. Great blues player. And I was listening to his EP the other day because I downloaded it. And we keep in touch now and then. And just I watched it because I remember being really impressed in 2007. But now he's he's singing and writing great songs. He's a great artist. So I think he's going to be really big. And then recently listening to Tal Wilkenfeld, who's an amazing bass player. She plays with Jeff Beck a lot, and she's actually doing her own thing right now. So she's singing, and I heard her stuff, and I was blown away. Amazing vocals and everything. So Tal Wilkenfeld, check out her album when it comes out because that's going to be awesome. Yeah, it's definitely.
A question I like to ask guitarists is, would they like to see their own signature guitar being produced?
I'm sorry?
Would you like to see your own signature guitar being produced?
I've got 2.
You have got 2?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Pori Smith guitars. I have 2. My new signature model came out this year. So it was an upgrade to the last one. Yeah. The last one was sparkle finish. But we did this one where it's like a matte sort of scarlet red, and it's got a blade switch and a few upgrades. So I love them both, and they're both really affordable for kids. I want to make them around $700. Yeah. And Paul, working with Paul was just a real dream. He's an incredible guitar maker, and just crazy about making guitars. So I love it.
Excellent. Well, one thing BloodStock's renowned for is giving new bands, the new blood, chances to actually perform at a live festival. Yeah. Is there any advice you can give to new up and coming bands that are just stepping onto the threshold of the genre itself?
I would say just keep on playing as many shows as you can, just jam with as many people as you can, write as many songs as you can. It's all about just doing it, a lot, and just practicing, because I get a lot of emails through what advice should you give me as a guitar player or everything. It's just practice, because I practice every day, we're backstage playing Alice's songs before we get on stage, because you never know, every day is different. You wake up, you haven't had enough sleep that night, or you've had too much sleep, or you've had too much coffee and you're playing things too fast, like in my case, or too much perky jerky. It's going crazy, but it's kind of, I think that just playing as much as you can, every day is different. I play differently every day. Yeah. I get bored very easily with things, so I feel like if I play the same, solo or the same thing, it'd just be
Excellent, that's sound advice. Well, Orianthi, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to chat with us.
I want to chat with you.
Looking forward to catching you on stage later on as well, and enjoy the show.
Lovely chatting with you.
Thank you.
And I'll see you later on.
Thank you.